If you watch to the end of the last video, you'll see that I couldn't actually use my little starty bits because of a lack of sound. So let me just say I'm in Belgium, obviously not now, but on the video, I'm in Belgium, I'm in Ghent, and we're going to head back towards the Channel Tunnel and home. It's day 2 in Belgium and I am driving my way around the city, going to multiple client sites for quite a few different meetings. It's actually been really good to get around, and the centre of Ghent is a pretty place as well, so I had a lot of fun out for dinner last night with a fantastic steak, it's got to be said. So I've got one more meeting to do today. That's going to finish at around 1:30. I need to be over at Eurotunnel for 3:45 at the latest for my 4:45 train, and it's 90 minutes. So meeting finishing about 1:30. 90 minutes gets me there for 3. I've got 45 minutes or so of buffer. We'll see how we get on. I'm also on 59% battery, so again, I'll be fine getting there. I'll then need to plug the car in, but that's absolutely fine because, as we saw on the way out, there are loads of superchargers at the Eurotunnel terminal. So we'll be able to get some charge before we get on the train, and that will get me then onwards through England on my way back up north. It is going to be some day, this though, so a variety of things in and around the city of Ghent here in Belgium this morning, and then when this meeting finishes, I'm going to drive to Sheffield. Belgium to Sheffield in one day. I mean, going from London to Sheffield, you might think, yeah, that's a reasonable trip. I've got to go across to the tunnel, and then through the tunnel, and then through Kent, and then over Dartford, and then onwards from there. So yeah, a fair old haul later on. Busy trip, and I'm doing this for your viewing pleasure. Let's just say the opportunity to take the car on this trip and come across to Belgium in my own car was too good an opportunity for me to miss. So it had to be done, and I'm quite happy that I've done so. It's been an interesting experience, mainly because of just how simple this car actually is to drive. It's really, really, really simple to drive this car wherever you want to put it. My country, their country, any country. It's all good. So we're on the motorway from Brussels behind us, and Ghent and Bruges towards Ostend, where it then bends off towards Dunkirk and Calais. It's got to be said, this is a ridiculously long, straight road. I mean, there's no bends, there's nothing. It's just an absolute straight line ploughed across the country. You can really tell, and everybody's just getting everyone's getting a move on. And the only problem that we have at the moment is that we're being buffeted quite hard by side winds, and from the feel of it, I think the wind is going to be hitting me in the face when we wind from the north coast. So okay, maybe it is coming at me, but either way, when we turn westwards towards Dunkirk and Calais, it is going to be a bit blowy, but otherwise the car rides obviously very nicely on a motorway. You can actually feel the thing twitching. I am wondering whether the disc covers that I've got over my wheels are catching the wind a little bit more and adding that extra little bit of wind resistance. It's possible, I don't know, but there's something going on. I can feel the fact that we're being tugged around by the wind. I ordinarily would talk about efficiency, so why don't we do that? Since we charged up, which was at Bruges yesterday, we've done 136 kilometers and 157 watt hours per kilometer, which I think is basic maths is pretty good. So that times 1.6 to get it into miles. I mean, it's pretty efficient, and there's been everything from motorway blasts like this through weaving our way around different bits of Ghent, as you saw earlier, to back onto the motorway again. And I'm not hanging around. I mean, I'm getting on with it. So I actually think that the car is doing very well, and these halo discs that I'm sporting, they might not look quite as pretty as alloy wheels, but I think they are definitely more efficient. It's just a question of what percentage of efficiency gains am I getting from them. I need to try and calculate that, but it feels like at least 5% and maybe closer to 10% versus what I had been getting. So we need to work that out. But for now, I'm very excited because that was a bend. Did you feel that? That was a definite bend. We definitely turned slightly to the right, and now we're going to turn very slightly to the left again, according to that. So yeah, excitement when there's a bend. Welcome to Belgium. I've had a really nice time in Belgium. Everybody that I met has been lovely and welcoming. The food and the drink has been excellent. Ghent is a lovely city, or at least the parts of it that I saw. This has been great, and I get to experience it in my Tesla. Ostend is straight on, and we are flying off to the left towards Calais and France. And again, we're going to do the very rapid succession between countries. So I think I've only got another short number of kilometres until I get to the border. There we go, between Belgium and France, and then obviously through the tunnel and then back into the UK. And that 3 countries, never mind in one day, 3 countries in the space of a couple of hours, bit I think is kind of fun. So again, where can you drive your car, your Tesla, and go between countries quite as quickly as that? It's fun. This trip has been great. It really has been. I mean, productive from a work perspective, but also I think productive from a going Tesla testing perspective and doing things a little bit differently, because I fly an awful lot, and I know I get questions in the comments sometimes about, why are you flying? Well, I'm flying because I have to, but in this case there was the option to drive and fully electric, and here I am, and it's much better for it, even if it's quite a long way home. I mean, total trip I've done 1,300 kilometres, and it's going to be north of 2,000 kilometres by the time I get back. That's a long trip. Admittedly, I'm not going straight back home today. I'm effectively working my way back up the country with a couple of stops to go and do some business stuff on the way back. That's absolutely fine, but it's a long way. A long way. Tuesday's drive down from Aberdeenshire down into the bottom of Kent, that was a long way. It's very, very, very flat in this part of the world. So Belgium that I was in, and now this part of France, nothing. It's just flat. No wonder they call it the Low Countries. But yeah, I know there's hillier bits. I might have said this while I was eastbound on the way out, but it's mind-numbingly flat in a kind of entertaining way. I think we are entering France. Yep. So there you go. That's the national border between Belgium and France. Did you notice it? I mean, it literally, this is the joy, I think, of driving across Europe, and it's the counterfactual to all of the stuff about erecting barriers and too many immigrants and whatever. Here we can just pass from one country to the other completely freely without there being any kind of barrier. Look, there used to be, I assume this was customs or something at one point, but it's all long since been abolished. You just drive from one to the other without a care in the world. It's fantastic. We are about to come off the motorway and into the Eurotunnel terminal. So what we're going to do is stick it on charge. We're going to arrive about half an hour earlier than my check-in time, which is an hour and a half ahead of the actual departure, but that's when you have to get there. So we're going to plug the car in. We are going to stick a whole load of power in, basically as much as it's going to let me do, because why on earth not? There are actually multiple supercharger sites at this one. So we had departure ones previously. We've got a lot here, which is great. So basically plug it in while I'm waiting, stick as much charge in as we can, and then when we come out the other side, we've got bags and bags of power for heading off through into England. So let's see where we need to go to. Again, never been here before. I came out the other end last time, but this is all new. This obviously is the French terminal. So pet reception. We don't need pet reception. I think we can just stay in basically this lane here, and we're going to get around. Yeah, okay, fine. It's just an odd little bit of roundabout. Okay, different feeds on either side. Okie dokie, that's the way out, which is helpful. Now I want bumps. I want a right hand side one, don't I? So I want a person on the right. So I need this one over here. Yeah, I got that one wrong last time when I came in. I was lining myself up onto the wrong side, which is brilliant, really, when you think about it. So I'm going to get my phone fired up so you can see on the screen what we have to do. So, identifying my booking, Monsieur Le Bailly, ouais. Confirm electric vehicle, ouais. Exactly, my departure has not changed. Yep, that's absolutely fine. We're going for the large vehicle one again. Right, I get my hanger, so Tango 3 this time. And away we go. It's dead quick. I mean, I was waiting for the other car, but once you're through there, you know, that's it, you're done. I see a load of non-Tesla chargers over there. I can see Tesla ones as well now, right, that's fine. Okay, motorcycles. Only, I'm not a motorcycle. But for you, baby, I could be. And then, yeah, basically. Right, that's just started going. Let's see what we're actually going to get with a preconditioned battery. So these are V2. I think it has a maximum of 120, which I should get something. Oh, there you go, 120. Oh, 126. So we're literally getting these units at absolute full power, which is great. So slide the charge limit all the way up to the top. So 1 hour to the charge limit. We're not going to get to the charge limit, so it's 15:15. My train is, I think, 16:45. I'm probably going to get called actually around 15:15. So we'll see how much we're actually going to get in. Ordinarily, I wouldn't stick a supercharger on and stick in for 100%, because you can see, I mean, 1 hour is quite a long time. This video is brought to you by Millibricks, which is my online store for Lego compatible World War II era brick building sets. So if you want to get yourself a Spitfire or a tank or a Jeep or all of the other exciting sets that we've got online on our web store, go to millibricks.co.uk and use the code GET for 10% off. Well, very unusually, I'm plugged in at a supercharger and I've got the limit all the way across. And I'm planning on basically charging even when charging is slow, because I've got nothing else to do here other than wait for my train to get called. And all over the car parks in this thing and in the terminal, you have got great big signs like this one up here that tell you what time your train is actually going. Yeah, so I'm in T3 on the 16:46. And what time was it telling me there? Hang on a second. There's a few of these are running running slow by the look of it, because if you look at that, there's quite a few delays. Where am I at? 16:46 is on time, and call in 24 minutes. Really? That's quite early. Okay, we're not going to get anything like the amount of charging that I thought we were going to do. We'll see how we do. The terminal here on the French side is very similar to the one on the UK side, a bit like an airport terminal, not a particularly big one. The interesting thing for me though is WH Smith's, which is about to disappear off the high street after a gazillion years, and the only place that you're actually then going to see it is outside of the UK. God knows what they're going to do with it inside the UK, but they're certainly changing it into something fake, shall we say. So yeah, it'll be good to travel because you get to see an old friend again. Anyway, I am just waiting for them to call my number. I'm going to be well north of 80% on charge, which is fantastic, and then that should give me absolutely bags of power to get hopefully quite a long way north on a single charge, which is great because then I don't have to stop again. So while I'm hanging around here and waiting, and I am waiting, I might as well be charging. Quite a few for French passport control. That's okay. We don't leave for another, 40 minutes, so we've still got bags of time. I am in another queue, waiting for my car to be sniffed by a French dog. Now that we're finally through customs, we can get on with it. But I mean, honestly, that was an eternity. It felt like an absolute eternity of waiting for French customs to do a "we have picked you at random" dog sniffer test, which was like absolutely brilliant. Hi.
Line number 4 for you, please.
4, no problem. Thank you. 2, 3, 4. I don't think we're going to be here very long before we start boarding, because it is now 25 minutes past 4 and the train goes at 4:45. So from what I recall, they start trying to board them with about 20 minutes, 15 minutes, something like that. So I don't think we'll be long. And on we go. Well, down we go anyway. Okay, on we go. You know what? That sun doesn't help. Trying to line it up in the sun, that was quite tricky actually. But you can see there's a big box van in front, so there's absolutely bags of space as you roll onto the train. It's just such a strange feeling. So in the comments, what's the strangest place you've driven your car? And I've driven mine on top of very narrow seawalls, nearly falling off into the sea. I've driven this car down dirt tracks that you really should not be driving any car down, never mind this car. And now I'm driving it in a train, which is, yeah, it's different. And then you can see the ends of the car here. All of this folds out, and then basically a roller shutter comes down. So each car is physically separated when we're going through the tunnel. I believe that's for fire management or something. But yeah, it's a very strange thing. I'm going to wait here. I'm going to stay clear because I might be going up behind him. We'll see. I don't think so. No. He's getting chocked there, and then she'll move me forward so that I'm as far forward as I can be. Cool. Merci.
Merci.
Down comes the roller shutters to seal us in. And that is how you go from a drive through a train roadway to, well, yeah, completely sealed in. And that's it. We are loaded. Well, we are anyway. It's 16:33, so there's still a little bit of time before we're due to go. So another, what, 13 minutes? I wonder how many more people are going to get loaded. Sat here on the train, and we're shaking and bouncing a little bit more than we were on the way out, which I just assume is that I'm sat immediately above the bogie, I assume, as we're riding along. We've got 4G under here, and look, you can see it on my Tesla as well. Oop, if we get it to focus, come on, there you go, LTE. So we actually have got phone signal here under the channel, which is cool. And just like that, we are back out of the tunnel in England. So this has been a really good experience. Cursor's trying to do a video while they're doing announcements.
Ladies and gentlemen, we shall be arriving shortly. Please return to your vehicle. As safety checks will be carried out once the shuttle doors have been opened, unloading will not commence until a few minutes after arrival. Remember to take your vehicle out of first gear once the shuttle has stopped, and do not start your engine until unloading begins. Would coach drivers please close sunroofs and vents. Don't forget to put your watches backward 1 hour.
I've already done that.
On the left after leaving the terminal.
Yeah, I know that as well.
We hope you have had a pleasant crossing with Eurotunnel, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
there is going to be another part of this video, so I am going to stop filming here. I'm driving to Sheffield tonight, and then a few days later I'm going to be heading home. So more videos still to come on the channel, but I've demonstrated that driving your Tesla into Europe is really easy. It's been an absolutely brilliant experience, and if you like and subscribe and hit the bell icon, you will know when the next video drops, and I'll see you back here very soon on the Tesla question.